It's Crystal again, and I want you to meet my inspiration for this bag. This is my bunny Nikolai, but I call him Nick. He's a giant Flemish. But I used him as my guide, and I made this little bag. It'd be great for a little kid. I'm gonna give it to my daughter. It was really easy and it was really fun. You can be real creative with it. So, let's go ahead and get started on it. And Nick says hi. Okay, for this project I'm using a size I9, or it's a 5.5mm crochet hook. And I'm just using regular 4-ply yarn. Okay, to start off you want to start with a chain of 33. I'm going to do mine on a bit smaller of a scale because I already started earlier in the day and I didn't record it. So, pay no attention to my stitch count because it's not right. You need to start with a chain of 33. And then we're going to do a double crochet on a 4th stitch from the hook, and we do not count the one that's on our hook. So 1, 4. This one right here, we're going to yarn over and do a double crochet. We're going to draw up a loop, and we'll have 3 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over and draw through the first 2. Yarn over and go through the second 2. Okay, and we're going to do a double crochet in every stitch along your chain. So we're going to yarn over, go into the next stitch, grab your yarn, pull it through, draw up a loop. You have 3 loops on your hook. We're going to yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, go through the second set. Yarn over, go into the next stitch, grab your yarn, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook. We're going to yarn over and go through the first 2, and we're going to yarn over and go through the last 2. And there's a double crochet as we're working. So we're going to yarn over, go into the next stitch, grab your yarn, pull it through, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, go through the last. And we're going to do 1 double crochet in every stitch across the chain. Just like this. Until we get to the end. Just remember your chain will be bigger than mine because I'm just doing it small scale because I did this earlier today already. And when you get to the last stitch, just 1 second, somebody's knocking at my door. Sorry about that, it's my sister. Okay, and then we were doing 1 double crochet in every stitch along your chain until we get to the last one. And the last stitch, we need to do 3 double crochets in it. In the same stitch. So there's 1, 2, 3, and then we're just going to work around. So we're going to take it after we do our 3 doubles in that last stitch and just continue around and do a double back over here on a stitch on top. So we did 3 doubles in this stitch, so we're just going to move over to the next one and do a double in that one. Just like that. And then we're going to do 1 double. In every stitch across on the top. Like there, there, there. Oops. Just like this. all the way to the end, 1 double in every stitch. I apologize, my hands are kind of red and spotty. I was using red food coloring today on a project. I was dyeing some yarn with it, and now my hands are all stained up. Looks gross. Okay, and then when you get to the last stitch over here, you want to do 3 doubles in that last stitch. Here's 2 and 3, like that. And then we're going to slip stitch right here in our beginning, chain stitch right here. In the beginning we skipped the first 4 stitches and did a double. Here's the stitches that we skipped. So we're just going to slip stitch into the top and close off that round. Now we're going to do a chain 3, and this is going to count as a double crochet, and then we're going to do a double crochet again, 1 in every stitch. And this is what we're going to be doing for the rest of the main portion of the bag. Just 1 double crochet in each stitch across. So just do that 1 double, even around the corners, just 1 double in every stitch until you get back here to the beginning. I made it back around to my last stitch over here. So again, I'm just going to slip stitch into the top of my chain 3. Oops. Close off that round. And that's what we're going to do from now on. We're going to chain 3 again and double crochet 1 in every stitch all the way around. Just like this until you get back around to the beginning, all the way around. And when you get to here, we're just gonna slip stitch into this chain 3, chain 3 again, and go all the way around again with 1 double crochet in each stitch. And we're just going to keep slip stitching into this chain 3 every round and making a new chain 3 to start the next round. And you want to do that for a total of 12 rounds, and then it'll look something like this, just a square. And then we're going to make some ears and the cheeks and some eyes and stuff. Okay, we're going to make 2 of these, and they're going to be the cheeks. So you want to start with the slip knot, and you want to do a chain of 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to slip stitch in this first stitch to form a ring. Just like that. We're going to chain 1, and then we're going to do 8 single crochets through the center of this ring. So we're going to go into the center of it, grab your yarn, pull it through, do 1 single crochet, go back through the ring, grab the yarn, pull it back through the ring and single crochet. It makes 2. Through the ring, grab a yarn, pull it back through. It's 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's 8. You want to count and make sure you got 8. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8. I do. So I want to slip stitch into the very first one to close that round off. And then if you take the towel and pull it real tight, usually it'll make your circle smaller. A little bit smaller. If you know how to do the magic circle, you can do that too. I'll show you how to do that when we do the eyes. Okay, I do slip stitch. You want to chain 1. And now we're going to do 2 single crochets in every stitch around for a total of 16. So you chained 1, that's going to count as 1. And then we're going to go back in that same spot, do another, and then we're going to do 2 single crochets, in every stitch all the way around. Okay, you want to go back and count and make sure you have 16. So and then you want to slip stitch into the first one. Close that round off. Okay, now we're going to chain 1 and go back into that same stitch right here and do a single crochet. And again, we're going to do 2 single crochets in every stitch around for a total of 32 this time. So 2 in every stitch. So go ahead and do 2, my light, 2 in every stitch, and I'll meet back up with you because I don't want to bore you watching me do it. I just made it around after I did 2 in every stitch for a total of 32, and you want to count and make sure you have 32, and then you want to slip stitch again into the very first one and close that round off, just like that. Okay, now you want to chain 1 and do 1 single crochet in every stitch around. Again, just 1 time. And again, you want to have 32 stitches at the end of this round this time. So go ahead and do that, and I'll meet right back up with you. Okay, I counted and I have 32 stitches, so I'm just going to slip stitch again into the first one and close that round off. Now we're going to do 2 rows of half double crochets. So right here you want to chain 2 instead of chaining 1. Chain 2, and then yarn over. We're going to do 1 half double crochet in every stitch across. Go into your stitch, drop a loop, 3 loops on your hook. We're going to go all 3 at once, and that's a half double. yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, and go through all 3. Yarn over, go into the next stitch, grab your yarn, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, and go through all 3. Yarn over, next stitch, grab your yarn, pull it up, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, and go through all 3. So we want to do 1 half double crochet in every stitch all the way around, and then we're going to slip stitch back into that beginning chain 2. Pull through all 3. Yarn over, drop a loop, 3 loops on your hook, go through all 3. So go ahead and continue that 1 half double in every stitch back to the beginning. Now, after doing my first row of half double crochets, in the beginning right here we did a chain 2. We're just going to slip stitch into the top stitch of that chain 2 to close off that round. Okay, now we're going to chain 2 again, and we're going to do another row of half doubles. Oops. All the way around, 1 in every stitch. Just like we did before. And then when we get back around, we're just going to slip stitch into that chain 2 again, the top chain of it. And then we're going to tie off. But when you tie off, you want to leave a long string so we can sew this on with. So go ahead and finish this last row of half doubles all the way around. Slip stitch into the top chain of that chain 2, and then tie it off. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to make the ears. And you need to make 2 of these cheek things. You don't have to do pink in the middle if you don't want. You can do it all one color, but I'm going to start with the pink with the slip knot. And I'm going to do a chain of 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, we're going to single crochet in the second stitch from the hook, and we don't count the one that's on our hook. So that one right there, and do a single crochet. Now we're going to do 1 half double crochet in the next 3 spaces. So yarn over, go through all 3. It's 1 half double. Go to the next stitch. Two half doubles, and do the next one. There's 3 half doubles. Okay, and to the next 3 we're going to do doubles. So in the next stitch we'll do 1 double, there's 2 doubles, and go into the next stitch. Excuse me. There's 3 doubles. Okay, and then the next 3 stitches we're going to be doing triple crochets, or some people call them treble crochets. So that's how you do the triple crochet. You yarn over, you wrap your yarn twice, go into the next stitch, grab your yarn and pull up a loop, and you'll have 4 loops on your hook. You want to yarn over and go through the first 2, 3 loops left, yarn over and go through the next 2, 2 loops left, and yarn over and go through those last 2. Okay, we're going to do a triple in the next stitch, so we're going to wrap twice, go in, grab your yarn, pull up a loop, and you'll have 4 loops on your hook, yarn over and go through the first 2, yarn over, go through the next 2. Oh, my cat jumped up here. Get down from here. Sorry. Get down. Okay. And then he wanted to help me. Yarn over and go through the last 2. Okay, and then we need to do a triple crochet into the next stitch to make the third one. Wrap twice. Go into the stitch. Grab a yarn, pull up a loop, and you'll have 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over, go through the first 2. There'll be 3 loops left on your hook. Yarn over, go through the next 2. 2 loops left on your hook. And yarn over and go through the last 2. And that was 3 triple crochets in a row. That leaves us with 1 chain left. And then this 1 chain, we want to do 5 triple crochets into that same stitch. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 triples, all into that same last stitch, like that. Now we're just going to continue going around. We did 5 here in the end, and we're going to work back up this side of the chain, and we're just going to do the same thing we did on this side to match up to this side. So we did 5 triples in that last stitch. Before that, we did 3 triples in a row. So that's what we're going to do now. We're going to go into the next stitch and do 1 triple crochet, and then the next one, 1 triple crochet, and then next one, 1 triple crochet. So that was the 3 triples in a row that we did. Now before that we did 3 doubles. So we'll go to the next one, do 1 double, the next stitch, another double, and then the next one, a double. And before that we did 3 half doubles in a row. So there's 1 half double, go to the next one, 2 half doubles, go to the next one, 3 half doubles, and then we did a single crochet at the top, and we'll do 1 right there. And then we're just gonna slip stitch right back here into the beginning single crochet stitch that we did the very first one, like that. And then you want to clip that pink yarn. Unless you did it on one color, you can just continue with what color you did. If you want to start with the new color, we'll just start right up here where we just slip stitched. Oh, I need a new light so bad. And okay, do a chain 2 after you get your yarn in there. Now we're going to do a half double crochet into the next stitch, like that, and half double crochet all the way down, one in every stitch, until we get to the end where we did them 5 triple crochets in a row. So do a half double. I'm going to side my tail as I go all the way down, just like this. Okay, after you made it, you put a half double crochet on top of the 3 triple crochets that we did in a row. And now we're down here to where we did the 5. Oops. The 5 in the one corner. There's the 3 that we did. And here is the 5 in the corner. Now we're going to do 2 half double crochets in each one of these 5 stitches. So there's one in there, go back in it, put another, and then 2 half doubles in the next one, just like that. 2 in the next one, 2 in the next one, and 2 in the next one. So you should have 5 sets of 2 half doubles, and then we'll continue with 1 half double in every stitch of this side. Just like this. Until you get to the very last stitch. Oops. Up here, I'm going to do 3 half doubles in that same stitch. So there's 1, 2, 3 into the same top stitch. And then this chain 2 that we did in the beginning, I'm going to slip stitch into to close that round off. Like that. Okay, now I'm going to chain 2 again. And I'm going to do a half double in every stitch around again. One in every stitch. And so we get back down here where we started doing the 2 half doubles in every one. Okay. Right here is the 2 that we did together. So we're going to do 2 again, starting there. 2 in each stitch again. All the way around. 2. 2 in the next one. 2 half doubles in the next. Oops. 2 again, 2 in the next one, 2 in every one that we had 2 in before. And here's the last one I'll be doing 2 in. Just like that. And then we want to do, continue back to the 1, half double crochet in every stitch. So we get to the top. And then when we get to the last 2, we want to do 2 into the first one, 2 half doubles into the same stitch, and then on the last stitch we want to do 3 into the same stitch, 1, 2, 3, and then we're gonna slip stitch into the top of the beginning chain 2, and then tie it off. Just like that, and you want to do 2 of these. Okay, so I just got a little poof ball for the nose. I'll hook it on there. So what we got so far. So now we want to work on the eyes. You can get whatever color you want to use for the eyes. I'm going to use white. I'm going to show you how to do the magic circle. And if you can't get the magic circle, you can do a chain 3 and slip stitch and form the ring like we normally do. Because the magic circle is it takes a lot of practice. Grab your yarn like this. Wrap this tail piece over the top. Hold it with your thumb. So the tail piece is on top. Stick your needle through the loop. And here's your yarn, your long yarn. Okay, you got a hold of your loop here. Your thumb is on it, holding it still. Got your yarn back here. Put your needle through, grab the yarn, pull it through the loop, and then do a chain like that. And then this is how I do it. I don't know if it's right, but then the tail, I just pull it over to this side and I hold it like that, and then I'll do a chain 1, and then I'll go back through the loop this side. You want to leave the tail on this side, but I just go back through the loop and I grab my string, pull it back through, and then a single crochet through the loop, grab your yarn, pull it back through, single crochet, and you want to do 8 single crochets through the loop, and you can pull it tighter, pull your tail and make your loop smaller. And I'll show you that one more time. And like I said, if you can't get the magic circle, you can just do this. Do a chain 3 and then slip stitch and form your ring like this, like we normally do, and then do 8 single crochets through that ring. Well, I'm going to show you the magic circle one more time. And don't be discouraged if you don't get it, because it is kind of hard to do sometimes. My tail goes over the top, and I hold it with my thumb like that, and pull my yarn that I'm going to use up here, and I hold it between these 2 fingers, stick my needle through, grab that, pull it through, and then just do 1 chain. Like that. And then I just slide my tail over to the left side, and I hold it like that with my thumb and my ring finger, and then I use these 2 fingers to hold my yarn, pull it tight, and then I'll do a chain 1 again like that, and then I'm just going to go through the loop, grab my string, and do a single crochet, and that counts as 1. And I want to do that 8 times. Through the loop, grab my string, 2 single crochets, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 single crochets that I did through the ring. So I'm just going to grab my tail now, and when I pull it, it will close it. And it's going to close it to where there's no, you can't see any hole or anything. Pull it really tight. After you do 8, come over here and just slip stitch into the first one, and it's going to be kind of tight. But do a slip stitch. And it is tight because we pulled it really tight. To close it off like that. And you can pull your just like that. Okay, you want to do a chain 1, and now we're going to do 2 single crochets in every stitch, and a chain 1 that I just did is going to count the first one, so I'm going to go back into that same stitch and do another one, and go to the next stitch and do 2 single crochets into that stitch like that. The next one, 2 single crochets into the same stitch. The next one, 2 single crochets into the same stitch. 2 into the next one. 2, two into the next one. Okay. into, get it really tight into the last one, and then slip stitch into this very first one we did. And that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to tie it off, but I'm going to leave a long piece of string so I can sew it on with. Just like that. And you're going to need to do 2 of the whites. I'll show you the magic circle one more time on my next one here. So I'm going to grab my tail and put it on top. This one, I'm going to hold it with my thumb. I'm going to go through, grab my yarn, and chain to lock it. And then I'm just going to slide this tail over to the right side. I'm going to hold it all nice and tight. Now I'm going to do a chain 1 again. And now I'm going to go through my ring and do 8 single crochets. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I'm going to pull my tail really tight. Pull it all together really tight. Oh. And then I'm going to slip stitch into this first one, and then I'm going to do 2 single crochets every stitch around, just like I did before, and tie it off and leave a long string. Once you get everything made, your eyes and ears and everything, and for my eyes, I'm going to glue these little poop ball things on for the pupils. You don't have to do that, and I just got a poofy thing for the nose, but if you want to make one out of yarn, you can. Sewing these on, it's really easy. You just use your yarn needle with the big long tail you use, and set them up how you want it. And if it's easier, you can use a safety pin or some kind of pin and stick it in here to hold it so it doesn't move. Sometimes I do that. And then I just go in around, stick my needle in there, pull it through the inside, and then go through the inside, back up to the next stitch. Just like that. Go to the next one. And it is easier if you pin it down, it holds it still for you, so it don't move around. So I just go around each stitch, sew it in. But if you know, you can sew it any way you want, whatever is easiest for you. As long as it gets held on there, doesn't get ripped off. Do the best you can at keeping it straight. Sometimes it moves around. And Next time I will have a new light. I just gotta buy a different one. Try to figure out what's wrong with it, but I don't know. It's just being retarded. I lost my pen I had in it. Okay, and then when you get it to where you just got a little opening left, just take some of this fiber fill stuff. You can get it at Walmart. Shove it up in there. Make it a little bit poofy. Like that. You can fill it as much as you want with it. Then, get it all lined up. Just continue to sew it shut with that stuff in there. Make his cheeks stick out a little bit. If you want, you can use these lines from the double crochet to kind of as a guide. That's what I kind of use, but no, I just do the best I can. I'm making this for my daughter, so I'm sure she'll like it. No matter how it looks, even if it's not perfect. So, okay, once you get it all sewed on how you like it. There's my pin I lost. Just hide your tail in the back. Weave it in a couple times. And clip it. Okay. Got the cheeks sewed on. Now, I got eyes. My little nosy poof ball. I'll just glue that on at the end, but decide where you want to put them. And we'll just sew them on the same way. And the ears will get sewed on the same way. Done right about there. So use your yarn needle again. Set your eyes on here, and I just do a few stitches on them. Put this tail underneath here. And just go up the side like this. Just a few stitches to hold the eye on. All the way around. And then hide your tail. I say the hardest part is probably just sewing these cheeks on. It's not even really hard. Just getting them straight. That's why I suggested using a safety pin or something to hold it there so it doesn't move on you. These eyes are real easy. Just go around and make a few stitches. hide your tail once you get them on the back. And then go ahead and sew on your other eye. I'm going to go ahead and sew my other eye on real quick. Okay, now I'm going to sew these ears on up here. Just wherever you want to sew them. And I'm just going to do it the same way. Just a few stitches to hold them on. Just like that. And weave it in a couple times. And then go ahead and do both ears. Just position them wherever you want. And sew them on. And I'm going to do my other one real quick. Alright, now I'm going to sew these ears on. And they're still kind of floppy. But when I make the handles, I'm just going to put one little stitch in each one onto the handle. Hold it so whenever the child holds it, or whoever holds it, they'll stand up better. So, start with the slip knot. And another thing you can do to make these stiffer is you can just make two of these the exact same and then sew them together and they'll be stiffer. But I'm just going to do it this way. I'm going to start with my handle. I'm going to do a chain. You can do it for however many you want. And then you just for however long you want. You can do it as long or short. I'm gonna do, let's see how this looks. Okay, I'm gonna do a chain. I did 50. You can do more if you want, or less. And then all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a single crochet on the second chain from the hook. And I'm gonna do one single crochet in every stitch to the end of the row. And that's all I'm gonna do for the handles. And if you want a thicker handle, just do double crochets. Or do 2 rows of single crochet, or 3 rows. Just whatever you want. But I did a chain of 50, and then I'm doing 1 single crochet in every stitch along the chain. And I'm going to make 2 of these. So I'm going to go ahead and finish mine. Okay, I got my handles made. I'm just sewing them on, or just sew them wherever you want. Just with a couple stitches. Like this. So they feel like they're on good enough. And then you just hide your tail, do a couple knots back here. Like that. And then do the other side here. Same way, just a few stitches just to hold it on. I'll probably put a few more than usual since I'm going to give it to my daughter, so kids can be kind of rough. And then weave it in a couple times. Clip it. Okay, and over here I already sewed this handle on. But like I said, I was going to put just a couple little bitty stitches in it to hold the ears up. So all I did was I just did one tiny stitch here, and I'll just put one up here. Just like that. And then I'll tie it on. Tie the stitch together. Dropped my needle, sorry. And then I'll just kind of weave my end in here, in through the handle a little bit. And then, so sorry about this light. Clip them, and I did that already on the other side. I just put 2 stitches just on a couple different spots of the handle right there, just to hold the ears up. And then these little poof balls, I just use hot glue. That's the best thing for any crochet project. It's the best glue to use, is hot glue. And then one last thing I want to do is I want to make a tail for the back. So I'm going to make a pom-pom, and I'm just going to wrap it whatever color yarn you want to do a couple times. Well, quite a few times around your hand. I'm actually probably going to put some whiskers on him too, but this is going to be his tail. If you have a pom-pom maker, you can use that. I don't have one. I gotta make them myself. And then pull it off your hand. And just get another string. And just kind of tie it in the middle like this. Tie it nice and tight. Like that. And these you can use to sew it on with. And then just clip your loops apart. And do the other side. Make sure you don't cut your long pieces off to sew it on. Like that, and then I'll kind of just shake it. And then I'll hold it really tight and I'll cut all these little extras off. Try to make it a little bit even. Okay. There it is. And I'm just going to throw it back here with my yarn needle. So wherever you want here, I'm just going to put it down here in the middle kind of. And I'm just going to take it and grab some of it and pull it up like that. Get it sewed on nice and tight. Hide your tail. There's a little cottontail on the back. And I put just a few whiskers up here. I don't really know what color. I guess I'll use white. Just put a little yarn on. Run it through like this. Let me get a little bit more yarn here. And you don't have to put whiskers on him. It's up to you. And then I'll probably just tie a little knot here, put them on. This one, tie it in a knot. And I'll probably just take them, sorry, cut them even. Like that. I'm going to do the other side, and I'll meet you. I'm going to go ahead and do mine, and I'll meet you right back here when I'm finished. Okay, I finished his teeth, hit all my tails, and that's it. That's all I'm going to do. It was just kind of fun. Something fun and different to do than usual. I'll just give this to my daughter. But it was fun and easy. I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And if you make any this bag or any of my bags, post a picture on the Bagoday Crochet Facebook page. I'll put a link below. That'd be great. I'd like to see it. And if you can do this in any other animal you want, if you want to do a pig or a dog or a bear or anything, just let me see a picture. That'd be cool. Until next time, have a good night.